Hey, checking in with Peace Talks, the 16th Harry Dresden novel published this year, in which there's Peace Talks, the Sealy Accords. All the big houses are getting together, and Harry Dresden has been called in to do security. Fortunately, at the same time, his brother, whose partner is newly pregnant, uh, apparently tries to kill one of the Svarta, dark elf part of the Sealy Accords, and is basically it's like they're going to investigate. It's a heavily political house matter, but this could be it for him, for Thomas. Um, I have to say, and also at the same time, because this is a Harry Dresden novel, there's been a move to drum him out of the White Council, which is the wizard council in this urban fantasy world where there's obviously dark elves, there's wizards, there's white and red, black, white court vampires who are sort of emotion vampires, and he's Harry is also bound to the fairy world where Queen Mab, the white, is it the winter thing is has made him her knight, and she's like said to the is it a white vampire that she owes not wishes but favors to, that Harry will fulfill those last two wishes, and basically you'll do whatever she wants done within sort of the reasons, and whatever will not reflect badly upon me, Queen Mab. Um, so all this is happening. Um, there also seems to be stuff happening with the dark. There's a black council that they rather suspect is behind trying to drum Harry out of stuff. Um, yeah. There's plenty of stuff happening, and indeed, he comes out of oh god, I can't even remember what he comes out of, but there he and Ebenezer get jumped by these dark kind of wolf creatures from the Never, I don't know if it's Never, the Black Beyond, and that they have to battle, and indeed they do battle them and vanquish them. Ebenezer is really hates vampires, not knowing, as Harry's grandfather, that he actually has another grandson, Thomas, but isn't aware of that. And actually, what happens within these chapters is Lillian, the white vampire, she knows that Ebenezer's grandson is Thomas, and it's like, oh shit, this might be something you should probably tell Ebenezer about before it becomes something that she uses against him, because that kind of a connection could be very politically dicey for somebody who is on the White Council, as Ebenezer is. Um, and what else is happening? I guess we're going. We have a whole couple of scenes with Butters. Butters repairing Harry's hands because he picked up an entire uh, semi truck or something and threw it at threw it at somebody, uh, using his winter court powers, which sort of just allow him to ignore pain and channel a lot of energy, but while still screwing up his body. He still has his body, but Butters is feeling them. And then there's these two women at his house, and I don't know if it's like two women, like he's in a relationship with two women, like Butters is like the stud, or they're just in a relationship with each other. I don't know. I'm slightly confused about that. I'm going to go with that they're together, or somebody's together. I don't know. But then we have a scene later where, because his daughter, which I haven't mentioned in this stuff, who was in the burning building, that they were rescued out of. Actually, what happened is that the Dark Elves just immediately kind of put them in a safe place, but then the mouse, the Tibetan demon dog, wouldn't let the Dark Elves seize them for their own protection. It's like, well, because you tried to seize them, isn't it? Um, and so they get escorted out. They get to go to Michael's house. Michael, who is a former um, kind of Knight of the Cross. I can't remember what they are, but basically they're guys who walk around with these swords that have the nails of Christ in them, which are noted as sort of the opposites to people walking around with the coins of the demons in them. Um, and indeed, they seem like, and that's why they fight Nicodemus, who is one of the kind of earliest of the demons around the time of the death of Christ. So not a coincidence there. It's all about the balance. But Butters, who has his sword because it got damaged, is now a lightsaber, a holy lightsaber, and he and a Russian knight are kind of practicing in the backyard, and it's like, well, what do you want us to do? It's like, well, your guys are kind of on a mission from God. I probably can't push you to do anything, but obviously, turns out one of the knights seems to have gotten directed here, keeps on missing his flight because apparently somebody wants him to be here. So it's like, well, I guess hang out here, and when something happens, you'll do what's right, because that's what you guys are all about, is doing what's right. So they have that, and then it's time for the party happening at Marconi's place. Baron Marconi, Gentleman Marconi, the mobster, who is only one of the only human to sign the Sealy Accords, who seems to have great sway within the magical community, has a lot of chips in the thing. It was his bank that Harry broke into in the last book to be able to then break into hell. That had a lot of old magical families stuff in those vaults, so he's got like major pull. And yes, they're coming to his castle that he's had brought over from the old country, that has been built on the charred remains of a boarding house, the boarding house that Harry used to live at, which I think Marconi may have actually had burned down. But yes, so it's party time. They've gone in with Nick, with Ebenezer, with the other White Council, other White Council wardens being the kind of the magical cops of the thing. The wardens, who actually had a little FaceTime with Harry earlier in these sections, saying, "We don't trust you." They've actually got a tracker on him. They scanned him. It's like, hey, you've had sex with someone. Did you just have sex with that sexy vampire lady you came out of? Like, how thing. Actually, it probably turns out that was Karen, but Harry did not like the invasion of privacy and told them to fuck off. Yeah, they really don't trust Harry at all. He's got the Winter Night stuff crawling around in his thing. He's hooked to Mab that way. He's just been with the white vampire lady, which they don't know that Mab has actually commanded him to basically consort with her. So a lot of stuff going on there. So yes, the party has started, and well, I guess we're going to see how well that goes. As Harry says, the last time I was at one of these things, it didn't go so well, which I'm sure was lots of blowing up and destruction and stuff. I just can't remember that particular thing. So lots and lots of stuff has happened in these many sections. I think I will try and listen to less before I check in next time, because it's very addictive. But then I need time to break it down a little bit and try and get all the little parts together. So yeah, just all the political stuff, because yes, the white vampire lady who said basically this is super political now what Thomas has done. He's attacked somebody from the other house. It's viewed as if I try to side with him or help him, it would be viewed as me endorsing his actions and it would become a political thing. So I can't do anything. He's basically you are all he's got, Harry, which is like, oh, that's not great. All right, I will stop there. I'm sure there's other things that I'm neglecting to mention. Oh, he did meet up with Molly, who is Michael's sexy daughter, who is growing up and is kind of a thing. She really does seem like she's pretty messed up because she's become the if he's the Winter Knight, she is the Winter Queen, and is working for Mab, and it's making her much less human. Maybe even more so than Harry, which is a scary thing. And she still hasn't told her family that it has done this, and Harry hasn't told them either, which I don't think is going to go over well. When that does come out, I think Harry will get blamed severely for at least not telling them about it, even though I'm sure his code would be that like I can't betray Molly on that, and if I did, then she wouldn't have me as a friend anymore, which would be really shitty for her. Would be even worse for her. So yeah, that is where we are with Peace Talks by Jim Butcher, Harry Dresden novel number 16. As it goes along, this is a little bit more of a main story thing versus the side quests. Like the last novel was much more of a heist novel. It was a side quest, which I have a tendency to like more. My patience for and my attention with the grand plots is less. I'm less interested in. So we shall see how this goes. All right, more videos later.